back after a huge 10-month hiatus. We are back, and we are going to start off by doing a top 100 video series. And we're going to do 10 videos here today to start, kind of get me back in the groove of being on camera, having the camera going. So we'll see how this goes. The audio is not the greatest. I do have a part that I needed to get, and should be better in the next top 10, or maybe the 10 after that. It should be better. It'll be better by the time we get to top 10. But be that as it may, today we are going to do number 100 to 91. Let's go.
Number 100.
All right, so coming in at my number 100 is Coimbra. I really enjoyed the plays that I got in of this. It's a fun little game where you roll a bunch of dice. One person rolls a bunch of dice. They put them where they need to be based on their color and their numbers. And then you and everybody else takes turns going around picking which dice will suit them the best. So you'll get to put a die in to get some coins, or you get to get a green card, or there's like 4 different kinds of suits that you can get, and each one does something different. One will have you going around this track in a little city, and you're trying to get extra abilities out of that, and another one's going to get you money, and so on and so forth. And it's a fun little game. It lasts, I think it took us about an hour and a half to play with 4 people. So it's not too long of a game, and it really kind of hits that spot where I just like to roll a bunch of dice, even though my dice rolling ability is not good. Luckily, I roll them for everybody on my turn, so everybody gets not good dice. So, as I said, Coimbra's number 100.
Number 99.
And my number 99. Well, I play Wordle every day. Now, this is not Wordle, but it's got a little bit of similarities. And let me tell you, number 99 is hooky. So these 3 or 4 letters are playing hooky from school. It's kind of a weird theme in that regard, but that's all right. And you are trying to figure out what they are. And you're trying to figure it out faster than everybody else, because there's 3 rounds, and you're going to take 5-letter words like in Wordle. You're going to say pizza. And then you're going to ask somebody on the table, hey, my question to you is pizza. And if they have, say, Z, they're going to say 2. If they just have an I, they say 1. If they happen to have all the letters of pizza, good for them, but not good for them, as you will get to know 5, which gives you super knowledge. And it helps everybody else around the table too, because now they got knowledge from your word. And then you go around the table and everybody gets a turn to ask one person, anyone they want. And you're going to gain information about the word from that, and as they give you more letters, you'll figure out, well, if they have the letters, they can't be playing hooky over here with these letters. And then there's going to be some letters every round, 1 letter every round, that they're going to show everybody, so everybody knows, oh, C isn't playing hooky today. Okay, well, I can mark that one off along with my letters. By the way, at the beginning of the game, you get your own letters, so you can mark those off. They ain't playing hooky. And at the end of the 3 rounds, you get to see if you got the most letters right and how soon you got them right. Because if you get them in the first round, if you can figure them all out, you're going to score tons of points. And if you can figure out everybody else's letters, you get points for that too. So you get points for knowing what people's letters are and for what the hooky letters are. And that's my number 99, hooky.
Number 98.
And now, my number 98, turn-in taxis. A lot of people like Ticket to Ride, and I love it. It's a good game. It's definitely one of those games I'm willing to play, especially if somebody is like kind of new and they don't know what kind of games they'll like, or if they're my kids. My kids like to play easier games, which Ticket to Ride is great. But turn-in taxis adds a little bit of extras to it, I will say. So you're going to take your post offices and you're going to get cards from the middle. You can, just like in Ticket to Ride, you're going to grab a card. There's special abilities where you can grab 2 cards, or you can play 2 cards, and you're going to make a track around the table. And when you're done wanting to make a track, when your route that you want to make is done, and this is all decided by you, there's no secret routes or anything, you can say, I'm done. I'm going to put some post offices on this route. And your post offices vary how many you can put down, depending on how many different colored areas you go into. And at the end of the game, the more colored areas you're in, or if you got a good set of routes that you started at, you got 5 lengths done, then a 6th length and 7th length, you're going to gain more points if you go in order. And you do all this, and at the end of the game, when you run out of post offices, which I think you start with 20, you run out of post offices, or somebody gets to, I forgot what the other end of the game is, but if you run out of the post offices or you hit the other end trigger, the game will end, and you get to finish the round, and you get to see, hey, who got the most points. Turning Taxis is really fun. I like it better than most Tickets to Ride. Maybe I like it better than all. I'm not going to tell you. You're going to find out later. Number 98, Turning Taxis.
Number 97.
That far. My number 97, Juicy Fruits. I was surprised by this too, but I thought about it. I was like, okay, I guess I could see that. And Juicy Fruits is a game that you each get your own little islands, and you're going to fill it up with fruits, and you're going to choose a path to go, and the longer you can make your path clear, the longer you get to go, and the more items you get to collect each time on your turn. And with all the sets of fruits that you get, you can do a bunch of different things. You can add boats to your island on the sides to get more points. You can go up on this track and you get to decide which route you're going to go on the track, because there's options. So you get to pick, do I want more bananas? Or do I just want victory points? Or do I want this or that? And you get to move up on all these tracks, and you get to buy cards to put onto your island, like buildings. And then you're going to go up on the point scale. And whoever gets the most points at the end wins. And that's a great little way to finish the game. And once you're done, highest points win. It's just like most games, right? And so that's my number. What number am I on? 97. Juicy Fruits.
Number 9.
Now we're on to my number 96. We're getting into the good stuff here. We passed all the other stuff. We're already at 96. I mean, what could go wrong? Well, the Skull King could take over, and we don't like that. But the name of 96, Skull King. So there's 4 suits, and it's a trick-taking game, where it's basically, you're playing a suit, and the first person to play is calling the trump, but then there's these pirates who can overtake trump. You can't play a pirate if you have this suit, but otherwise pirates can overtake a suit, or you can just lose a hand. And then they got this Skull King who can overtake all the pirates and all the suit cards. But then you got these mermaids who can take out the Skull King, but the mermaids can't take over for the pirates. So the mermaids can't beat the pirates, but the mermaids can beat the Skull King, which is a little weird to me, but it makes the game work a little better. So I kind of get why they did it. But at the end of the game, person with the most points wins that one too. That's a shocker. We're not going to go through all the how you win all these games, but so far it seems like most games you win with the most points. Intriguing. I never thought about that. Yes, I did. That's my number 96, Skull King.
Number 95.
And now we're left with number 95. Most people who've been watching this channel for years and have played games with me, they might think that 95 should be higher. It really shouldn't. Not for me, because it fizzled out. It's Blood on the Clocktower. So, Blood on the Clocktower is a great game. And You can have a lot of fun with it with the right people and the right groups, just like any big social deduction game where you can get 10, 12, 15 people. It's so much fun. You can lie, and even if you're on the good team and you're a villager, you want to lie sometimes. And even if you're not, you always want to lie. It seems like you always just want to lie because, and some people will disagree with me here. But if you're like the chef, early on it's good to lie because maybe people will kill you. And if the demon kills you at night, that's great because they wasted a kill because the chef was done with all his info right away. So why not lie about it? Don't let people know you're the chef right off the bat. But if you're the fortune teller and you can get information every night, there you go, you gotta lie again. Why should I tell you the truth? You might be the demon. Then you'll kill me at night and then I won't get any information anymore. And if you time it right, I won't know that you killed me because I told you that I'm the fortune teller, or if you just killed me because you killed me. I don't know. If you're an outsider, depending on the demons, because there's so many different options. Demons have different abilities, so do their minions. They all have different abilities, and they can spawn everywhere. And if you, depending on which game you play, from Trouble Brewing, Sex and Violence, or Bad Moon Rising, there's always different abilities and different evil guys and good guys in the game. So every game, it's always like, what's the best way to play this character? To lie. Come on, you knew that was coming if you've watched the channel. I lie about everything in these games. You cannot trust me. But if you do decide to trust me, you probably did the right thing because I'm most likely good and I'm just trying to fool the demon. And if you're good, then I'm sorry that I fooled you. But you could have been the demon at the time. I didn't know. So if I don't trust you, I don't know. So that's my number 95, Blood on the Clocktower.
Number 94.
All right, my number 94 is probably the oldest game on my list. And that, with a caveat, it's the oldest game on my list that doesn't have like a reprint. Games like Acquire, for instance, that's like 1950 something. That's when it was first made. I don't remember the date, but it's got reprints. It's been made new. This game is like a 1980 game. Hasn't been reprinted as far as I know. It's Lost Treasure. And this one's fun because everybody's got their own little ship and you're going around a board and they got this little electronic device that you type in your location if you want to dive and look for treasure. And you type in the location and you get to push a button and see. Beep, 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 boo. Oh no, I didn't find anything. Now I gotta move some more. Now where might some more treasure be? I don't know. And you're just kind of scooping around, going for buried treasure. And it's fun. It's not like, it's not any, it's some deductive reasoning, but there's not a ton of deductive reasoning at the beginning. Because you're like, I don't know where to start. And you just go like a real person out on sea trying to find a sunken ship. You don't know where it is. You're going out there. You're going to send out a signal and see if you can find something. And it just makes you feel like you're really out there on the open seas going for buried treasures. You're trying to race against everybody else at the table to get the most. Be the richest of them all. It's fun. I enjoyed it. My number 94, Lost Treasures.
Number 93.
All right, my number 93. We're at my 93 now. We're just moving right on into the better and better stuff, right? That's what this is. 93, Hadara. Hadara's fun. I enjoy going around, and it's so stressful because you're thinking, okay, so you go to your first spot. I'll say I start on purple. There's 5 colors. I'll start on purple. I get 2 cards. I look at them. I go, okay. One of these I'm putting down that maybe my buddy over there might get later in the second round, or the second half of this round. And I'm thinking, am I okay with him possibly getting that card? Or do I just want to sell that card and get money for me? Or do I want to buy this card and risk him getting that card? Or maybe I'll get that card too later, because in the second half we both get a chance to take cards. So there's a lot going on, and it's only 3 rounds. It's a quick game, but it's 3 quick rounds, and you're always doing something. And by the end of the game, you're like, ooh, what do I do? Like just earlier, I was playing a game where, oh, I could really use that purple card. I think it was purple. I think I could use that because I get like 4 people. Oh, but if my opponent there, I won't use names, but he knows who he is. If my opponent gets that green card, he's going to have another set that's going to get him 14 points. I don't think I can allow him to get that 14 points, even though that card over there might be good for me. I think I might get 6 points or that, but at 14, I'm better off losing the 6 if I don't get a chance at it, and then taking away that 14 from him. And in the end, it worked out to my advantage. And it's just great that way. It's like, did I do the right thing? Maybe. Did I do the nice thing? Probably not. But I had to do it in order to get myself in a position to win. And it's not really a harsh take that. It's not like you're always going, oh, I gotta make sure you don't get that card. It's like, oh, in this instance, especially in the last round, you're really like, don't let them get that card and beat me. Because they would beat me. And usually they do. So, it's just a fun, thought-provoking game. I love it. It's a good game. And that's my number 93, Hadara.
Number 92.
Alright, my number 92 is Korra, Rise of an Empire. And you get to take 2 actions on your turn. And you want to try and take the 2 actions that work best for what you're thinking about doing. My problem is I often have like 5 different things I'm thinking about doing. So I really want to take 7 of the 7 actions, but I can't. So sometimes I'll take 2 actions and find out later that I didn't really like the way that path went, and then I'll go a different way and I'll take 2 different actions, like philosophy and legislation, and then I'm starting to just spread myself too thin and I fall behind. But one of these times I'm not going to do that. And maybe I've done that once. I don't remember. It's been a little while since I've played this one, but I've really enjoyed it, and I would choose it over a lot of other games. Apparently, that's what I know, and it is fun, and I would like to play it again sometime soon. So I'll probably have to get that one to the table, maybe this upcoming weekend. But number 92, Korra, Rise of the Empire.
Number 91.
Right. So we're to 91, the last of this bundle. And let me tell you, I'm not sure why I'm finishing off on a game like this, because if you know, you know. My number 91 is King of Tokyo, and that is a lot of rolling of dice. I think I like it because it's fast and it ends quickly, and so when I get eliminated early on, because I roll the worst rolls I can ever think of whenever I need something. Oh, you need to punch somebody? Here's a 1, 2, 3. Because in this game, you can try to do a strategy of I'm going to get just points. But when you roll those dice and you don't get points, you get energy. If you get energy, that doesn't help your point strategy necessarily. It can, because you can buy cards with those energies. But then when I'm going for points, and let's say I'm at 12 and you win the game at 18 or 20, then all of a sudden the dice start saying, no, we're not giving you any more points. Now you're going to just punch people. I don't want to punch that guy. He's got 10 life. I would rather, if I'm going to punch somebody, I'd rather kill him. But lo and behold, that's not the way the dice work when it's me, and that's okay. It's still a fun game. I've played it once where I actually won on what I felt was like the hardest strategy, but it was an easy one for me because of my rolling abilities. I got a card that when you roll all 6 of the different die sides, if you can roll all 6 of the different die sides, you get 6 points every time. So I'd roll them and I'd be like, oh look, I got everything, so it's really not a good hand. But I'll stop because I just got 6 points off this card, and I won that way. That might be the only time I won this game, but it was still a lot of fun and cool to see my ability come into play and actually help me for once. And that was just enough fun. I like that. Otherwise, I still like the game. Even when somebody's punching, and I get eliminated, or I see somebody else get eliminated. I'm like, oh, all I need to do is one more punch to get you out. And maybe I got one person out. But the problem is, when I took them out, I was weak enough that the next person's like, aha, I just rolled and punched you twice and you're gone. And everybody, and the game's over and I won. They won. And I was like, yeah, well, good for you. At least you punched me. I don't know. It's a fun game. King of Tokyo. It's a quick game. I like all the characters, and if I was to name a favorite, since this is the last of this this bundle, I would probably say my favorite character would be Pumpkin Jack, the Pumpkin King. I'm not sure that's his actual name in the game, but we all know it is based on the movies. The movie. So that's my number 91, King of Tokyo. Hope you enjoyed this 10. We'll come up with another 10. I'm not sure if I'm going to have it later this week or early next week. I'll put it up. But we're going to get down there to the top 10 soon enough. And I hope you enjoyed this first bundle. Until next time.